Our past, our heritage. Class 2. Once upon a time, Shamal read in a storybook that many years ago there was no forest in that place. Instead, a beautiful house stood there. Shamal wondered how it would be possible to know of tales of bygone days. He asked this to his history teacher, Didimoni, in school. Didimoni replied, "It is not possible to know everything about the year. However, some of it can be known by reading old texts, seeing old pictures, listening to elders. What if it is about a very early period, a period about which there are no remnants of texts or pictures, and neither is any person of that era alive?" History books provide information about such dated past. At times, storybooks also contain many tales from the past. But remember, all old tales narrated in storybooks do not qualify as history. For example, stories of the winged horse that you find in fairy tales. There were no such horses in the past. They were mere figments of human imagination. History is not concerned with such imaginations. Therefore, all old tales contained in storybooks do not qualify as history. For example, notions of early men moving around on winged horse backs. Such statements will not be there in any history book. Hence, despite sounding like storybook stories, tales from history are factual. Tales of history, tales of people. On another evening, the schoolmates went to meet Ruby's Dadu. They shared with him what their school teacher had said regarding stories and history. Dadu said, "It is true that in storybooks, old incidents are referred to as once upon a time, though there is no proper reference of the actual time. But history always refers back to an actual time frame in some way or other." Arun asked, "Dadu, why does history only talk about people?" Dadu replied, "That is because no other living creature except human wish to know about their past. Tigers or lions, cows or goats do not want to know about their parents' names or grandfathers' names. Human beings yearn to know such things. They need to be informed of their past. History is mainly constituted of stories of the past, and therefore it is mainly an account of people's lives. History is also concerned about the environment. It records stories of how people adapted with the environment and also performed various other activities. Thus, it is history that enlightens us how people first learnt the use of fire, learnt to dress, how they began to paint or study. From history, we come to know how they began to live together in communities, started to eat cooked foods, build houses and villages and cities. History tells us how people first took to cultivation, learned to build dams across rivers, sang songs and played music, manufactured rockets, etc. Primitive people never went to schools. Nowadays, you solve so many hard sums, work on the computer. How did you reach there? There are so many questions of when, why, how, and where. History is about all these issues.